Hello, good morning, children. How are you all? I hope all are fine with a shine. We are going to have math session today. In a previous class, we learnt about data, organization of data, mean, range, mode, and median. Let us now revise them and then move on to the representation of data on a bar graph. First one, what is the mode of the following data? 35, 32, 34, 35, 38, 38, 42. Let's write in ascending order. 32, 32, 34, 35, 38, 38, 42. Here, 32 and 38 both occur 2 times each. Therefore, both 32 and 38 are modes of the data. Second one, what is the median of the data? 32, 32, 34, 35, 38, 38, 42. Median refers to the value which lies in the middle of the data. Here, 35 is the median because it has 3 observations above it and 3 observations below it. Here, we consider only those cases where the number of observations is odd. So, the answer is true. Third, tell whether the following statement is true or false. The mean is one of the numbers in a data. The formula to find mean is equal to sum of all the values upon number of values. Let us see this example. The weight of 6 students is as follows: 38, 42, 35, 36, 45 and 50 kgs. Find the mean, that is equal to total weight upon number of observations. Here the total weight is 246 and number of observations is equal to 6. Therefore mean is equal to 246 upon 6, which gives us 41 kgs. Here the mean is not one of the numbers in a data, so the answer is false. Now let us move on to the representation of data on a bar graph and double bar graph. How to make bar graphs? A bar graph, also known as bar chart, is a graph that uses rectangular bars to represent different values. Bar graph shows comparisons among different categories. Bar graphs are most commonly drawn vertically or even horizontally. Let us work out the following example. 200 students of 6th and 7th classes were asked to name their favorite color so as to decide upon what should be the color of their school building. The results are shown in the following table. Represent the given data on a bar graph. The number of students and their favorite color is the data that we need to organize. So, draw X and Y axis. This will look like a large L shape. Label the X-axis at the bottom and give it a label. Here it is. The label is colors. Label the Y-axis. Here it is. The label is number of students. And remember to use equal divisions along the axis. Choose a suitable scale. On X-axis, mark the colors at equal gap. On Y-axis, mark 1 unit is equal to 10 students. Now draw the bars. Extend the base you have marked on the bottom axis and draw the bars vertically and include a title for the bar graph. Now that bar graph is made, you have a better sense of a data because now you can visualize it. Now answer the following with the help of the bar graph. Which is the most preferred color and which is the least preferred? The most preferred color is blue because the bar representing blue is the tallest. The least preferred color is green because the bar representing green is the shortest. How many colors are there in all? What are they? There are 5 colors. They are red, green, blue, yellow, orange. These are observed on the horizontal line. Now let us work out another bar graph. Following data gives total marks out of 600 obtained by 6 children of a particular class. Represent the data on a bar graph. First of all, choose an appropriate scale. X-axis represents 6 students. And to choose an appropriate scale on y-axis, we make equal divisions taking increments of 100. So, y-axis represents 100 marks for 1 unit. Now, represent this data on the bar graph. Then answer the following. Who secured the highest marks? Hari secured the highest marks of 540. Who got the lowest marks? Deepti got lowest marks of 300. What is the difference between Ajay and Bali's marks? The difference between Ajay and Bali's marks is 50. By how much Fayaz got less than Geetika? Fayaz got 40 marks less than Geetika. Drawing double bar graph. Consider the following two collections of data giving the average daily hours of sunshine in two cities, Aberdeen and Margate, for all the 12 months of the year. These cities are near the South Pole and hence have only a few hours of sunshine each day. By drawing individual bar graphs, you could answer questions like, in which month does each city has maximum sunlight? Or, in which month does each city has minimum sunlight? However, to answer questions like, in a particular month, which city has more sunshine hours? We need to compare the average hours of sunshine of both the cities. To do this, we will learn to draw what is called a double bar graph, giving the information of both cities side by side. This bar graph shows the average sunshine of both the cities. For each month, we have two bars, the heights of which give the average hours of sunshine in each day. From this, we can infer that except for the month of April, there is always more sunshine in Margate than in Aberdeen. You could put together a similar bar graph for your area or for your city. Try it, children. Let us try to draw another double bar graph to compare the performance of a student in different subjects in the first term and in the second term. To compare the marks in different subjects, tabulate the marks in this way. How to do it? First of all, let us draw one bar graph for the first term. Similarly, second bar graph could be drawn for the second term. Let's start. Draw x and y axis. On x axis, we represent subjects and on y axis, we represent marks. Let's see the range of marks. Maximum marks are 95 and minimum marks are 65. So, we have to represent values on graph from 65 to 95. Now, let us choose a scale. The convenient scale on y-axis is 1 unit is equal to 10 marks. So, start marking from 0, 10, 20, 30 till 100. Now, let us start drawing the bars. First bar is for English 67. To mark 67, you must go a little above 65. Draw a bar. This is the English marks in the first term. In the second term, the marks are 70. Draw it next to the first bar. Now, we have double bars showing the English marks in the first and Second term. Color the first bar in green and another bar in blue. Now let us draw bars for Hindi, 72 marks in the first term and 65 marks in the second term. In the same way, draw bars for maths, science and social science. Lastly, write the key and the title. The key is that the green color represent marks of the first term and blue color represent the marks of the second term. From this graph, the teacher can easily draw conclusion about the student's performance in each subject. In which subject has the child improved his performance the most? The child has improved his performance in maths by getting 95 marks. That is 7 marks more than in the first term. In which subject is the improvement the least? In social science. In the first term, he got 73. He improved only by 2 marks. So, in the second term, he got 75. Has the performance gone down in any subject? Yes, in the first term, he got 72 marks in Hindi. And in the second term, he got 65 marks. So, his performance has gone down in Hindi. Children, such data can be shown in the double bar graph. So you all understood what is a double bar graph. A double bar graph is used to display two sets of data on the same graph, or we can say to compare two groups of data. Children, hope you all understood this clearly. Here is your homework. Work out sums from exercise 3.3. Stay healthy, stay safe. Wear your mask and do your task. Bye.